All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Shorts Brewing Company, and they're out of Elk Rapids, Michigan, and this is their Power of Love. So they're calling this a Shandy style ale brewed with rosemary and raspberry, and then blended with homemade lemonade. Comes in at 2.5% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs at the time of review. This bottle is approximately, I have no idea how old it is, and that's because this bottle was sent to me by a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx. So thank you very much, Jeff. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did of all the goodies Jeff sent my way. So he sent me a lot of summer crushers, and at 2.5% and being a Shandy, this would be the definition of a summer crusher. And I reviewed their Melt My Brain recently, and that was delicious, way more delicious than I really thought it was going to be. And this one sounds interesting. Rosemary in a beer, I don't know. Raspberry, sure. Homemade lemonade, yeah, that's where the Shandy part comes in. So we'll see how this one is. Anticipating probably a solid beer at the very least, but I don't know. We'll see. Shandies are weird for me. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. I'm hoping this one's great. Let's just say that. Let's give it a pour here. Oh, so that's pouring out like this really straight on pink color. That is interesting. Yeah, so that has this really, yeah, I would say like pinkish color to it. Has like orange tinges too. I don't know how it's gonna come off on camera. Probably more orange than actual pink, but in person it has like a rosé kind of look to it. Had about a half finger of this off-white, slightly pink head that is now dissipated to a thin film, but yeah, it kind of looks Shandy-esque. Definitely a beer with fruit in it, I would say. Okay, smells weird. Definitely getting that rosemary, and it seems out of place for my palate right now. Yeah, I mean, I can get the raspberries, and I get a big like lemon quality, and it is kind of like the dish soap, like the dish soap that isn't like pledge and like really pungent, but just like a little bit of a hint of it from the lemonade. And it could be that rosemary playing with it, because the rosemary is pretty big. Yeah, rosemary has kind of thrown it all off for me a little bit. Yeah, raspberry, definitely that lemon, and then rosemary for sure, over top of everything. Yeah, honestly, if I'm being honest, and I always try to be honest when I do my reviews, this does not smell great for me. We'll see if it is. Anyway, cheers, and thanks again, Jeff. Tastes way better than it smells. Wow, this is actually really good. I mentioned this in the Melt My Brain review. I always say don't go into reviews of preconceived notions, but I'd be lying to you if I said that when I saw this beer and that Melt My Brain, I'm thinking 4%, 2.5, all these fruit, additions, and that one had juniper berries and this one has rosemary, and I'm just like, it's probably gonna be a mess, right? No, it tastes delicious. This tastes like a raspberry lemonade soda pop. That's pretty much what I'm getting from it. It definitely, or like there's no ginger or anything in here, but like, if you ever had Schweppes raspberry ginger ale, kind of has that, but instead of the ginger portion, you're getting more lemon. The body on this one at 2.5% is super impressive. I'd say lower side of medium to straight up medium body. It's really nice. It's crisp. It's relatively clean and somewhat dry, and super refreshing. So crisp, clean, refreshing. Yeah, it's not a lager, but it has the characters from the mouthfeel that was very lager-esque. But yeah, pretty much raspberry, lemon, sweeter, sweeter vibe to the actual taste of this one. The rosemary gets lost, which is a good thing for me, because that was what was kind of throwing off the nose. I was like, oh, here's raspberry, here's lemon. Here's raspberry, here's lemon, but that rosemary is just like making it all like muddled and kind of weird. In the taste, I'm really not getting that rosemary. And I will say, the aroma with the lemon was giving me that dish soap of, kind of character. In the taste, this is like straight on like lemonade kind of. They said they brewed it with homemade lemonade, kind of has that character, which makes sense. I can't tell you this is a beer. This kind of drinks, like I said, like a soda pop, but a damn good one. So yeah, I'm gonna say Power of Love from Shorts. High 4 out of 5. I'm gonna go 4.1 out of 5. For what it is, I can't really knock this too much. It might be a little bit too sweet for me. I could probably drink a couple bottles of this and I'd be done, because I feel like it's not cloying. I could easily finish this bottle, and I think it's going to be an issue. But if I drink a couple of them, I think at some point my palate would be like, all right, you need something a little bit less sweet, maybe more bitter or dry or something. I think this would, after a couple bottles, might be just a bit too much for my palate personally. If you like sweeter beers, then this would be your jam. But as is, I'm really enjoying it, and 2.5%, that's crazy. This is the definition of a summer crusher, 2.5%. And you could, drink quite a few of them, especially if you can handle the sweet stuff. So yeah, 4.1 out of 5 for Power of Love from Shorts. Thanks again, Jeff, for sending this one my way. You sent me 2 Shorts beers that I was kind of unsure of, and both of them have been quite tasty. I prefer the Melt My Brain, but this one is not that far behind. If you can get either of these, and again, distribution on the Shorts beers, pretty much all through Michigan. I know they trickle into Ohio and some other states, maybe like Indiana. I don't remember exactly what states they're in outside of definitely Michigan and I'm pretty sure Ohio. But yeah, if you see this one in your neck of the woods and it's reasonably priced, like let's say $10 a six pack, or under $12 a six pack, pick this one up, especially if you like raspberries or lemon and you like Shandies in general. Not looking at you, Rod, because I know you're not a huge Shandy guy, but yeah, for what this is, pretty damn good. So thanks again, Jeff. Thanks for everybody stopping by for another beer review. Until next one, cheers.